In Senegal, where the country's president, Bassirou Diomaye Faye, and his prime minister, Ousmane Sonko, are engaged in a power struggle, shaking the nation's ruling coalition. The crisis began on Tuesday when President Faye unilaterally announced the removal of a key Sonko ally, Aissatou Mbodj, from being head of coalition that secured his 2024 election victory. He replaced her with his own campaign coordinator, Aminata Toure. The move directly contradicted Vice President Sonko's public declaration days earlier that there would be no change in the headship of the coalition. Many interpreted his action as a deliberate challenge to the Prime Minister's influence. In a swift reaction, the Vice President convened his party and issued a statement rejecting the appointment, claiming that the President does not have the power to dismiss Ms. Mbodj. His party also bluntly declared it shares neither the same values nor the same principles with the president's new appointee, signaling a political rift and a battle for control. The confrontation leaves the ruling coalition fractured and the West African nation in political uncertainty. And joining me to discuss this is African Affairs analyst Victor Okai. Hello, Victor. Good to have you.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
So this is looking like too much trouble in Senegal. Senegal's political situation is quite complex and dynamic, with economic challenges and power struggles dominating the landscape. Do you think that President Bassirou and Prime Minister Sonko can ever resolve their differences and work together effectively?
It's going to be difficult. This is because these are two gentlemen, although in the same party, but who have different ideological bents. You know, there's clearly no point of agreement between their methodology, their ideology, and their thinking. Sissoko, I want to say, Faye is strategist without a doubt, but don't forget that this was a party that was founded by, I'm talking about Faye rather. Sissoko was a original founder of the party before allegations were made against him and he was thrown into jail. And that gave opportunity for Faye to rise. And he was obviously a better strategist in terms of planning and was able to get the party finally to win elections. The first time Sissoko tried, he came third. But the truth is that he is the one that has a grassroots mobilization. He is the one that the people of Senegal truly, truly, truly love and want as a leader. And their methodologies, like I say, are different. Concerning the IMF issue, you know, of course, that when Sissoko went to town and said he's more radical. When he said they weren't going to accept the IMF conditions of rescheduling the loan and all that, he made the announcement, but Faye was silent about it, meaning obviously that this is not a case of silence being acquiescence, but rather he was not in agreement with it. And we've seen him, of course, in bed with the French Prime Minister. And this is obviously causing a stir within the coalition, because clearly Sissoko, who is of if you like, the new school of the leadership in the Sahelian states. They want true independence from France, but that's not the case with Faye. Faye is more moderate and is willing to negotiate and carry on with business as usual with France.
So let's talk about the removal of Aissatou Mbodj from the coalition leadership. Yes. In the context of Senegalese politics. What does this power struggle mean for the stability of the ruling coalition and the government's ability to govern effectively?
Okay, so what you see there, Aminatu is just a pawn in a game of chess between Sissoko and Faye. It's just Faye trying to assert himself and nothing else. I mean, you know, the removal is just a case of Faye trying to assert himself by bringing in his own person as head of as leader of the coalition. But clearly it's not because there's any problem with her, but just the fact that I think Faye is trying to put down his foot and assert himself as the leader of the party. Of course, Sissoko is not going to accept this. He's not taking it, and I can see it's obvious there's a fragmentation. There's not going to be any meeting point. And if the party should split today, I mean, if the coalition should collapse, or even if, sorry, rather, if Faye were to remove Sissoko as prime minister today, it's not going to affect anything because Sissoko obviously, when he took the prime minister position, still his seat in the parliament was only just suspended. He could rightly just go back to parliament, and in going back to parliament, he has a clear majority there. He might just become the head of parliament, and that is automatic number 2 in line for succession. So what that simply means is that Faye would have to contend with Sissoko for a very long time to come.
So could this conflict impact Senegal's upcoming policies, reforms, or elections? What do you think?
If it could impact what?
Impact the Senegal's upcoming policies, reforms, or elections?
It would impact it because, like I said, there are ideological differences between these two. The path that Faye wants to take is obviously not the path that Sissoko wants to take. Sissoko is more radical. He doesn't want anything to do with the French. He's not accepting the IMF terms. So you find that they're working along different paths, obviously. So, and if Sissoko should go to parliament, it's going to create even more problems for Faye. And that could just, it might just get a meltdown in government.
Thank you so much, Victor Ahai, for talking to us. It's always a pleasure to have you.
Thank you for having me as well.
Now that's World Now. For more updates on the stories we are monitoring, you can visit our website, www.tvcnews.tv. You can also follow us on our social media handles.